Well, what is up, y'all? And welcome back to another reaction video.
No, because baby, look, why Miss Natalie be eating? Because, yay!
We are happy to have you and we would love to keep you, but I do got to let you know a couple of quick things, okay?
I run my city from the west side, big to best, I do a day to shine.
I cuss, I curses, I do all the things. These are reaction videos, so then and therefore I am going to react. And if that's going to move you to words, go ahead on an exit stage left.
Hot day, a legend and moonwalk. Sliding across the stage in 87. This that Tupac out the window. Both hands throwing up that middle finger. Fuck them other niggas, ratchet bitches in my demons. Yeah, I'm queening.
What is up, y'all, and welcome back to another reaction video. I'm your host with the most, Natalie Love, here to give you a comedic commentary on these here reaction videos, child. Now, if this is your first time here, hey, hello, hi, and welcome, okay? We are happy to have you, and we would love to keep you, but I do have to let you know a couple of quick things just before you like me too much, okay? I cuss, I curses, I do all the things. I got a foul, filthy fucking mouth, and if that's gonna move you to words, go ahead on the exit stage left now. Also, these are reaction videos. Yes, they are. So then and therefore I am gonna react. That means constant pauses, frequent chatter during the video as I see fit, bitch. I am the host. Hello. Also, yeah, there's more. Okay. Thirdly, I will be partaking in the herbal essences. So if that's gonna move you to words, baby, go ahead on the exit stage left now. I'm letting you know now it's gonna happen because I know it's gonna happen. Okay, I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. It's gonna happen. If it's not your thing, let it not be your swing at your house. Amen? Amen. If you still here under the sound of my voice, do three things for me. Like the video. Why? Because it helps us grow. Comment to let the love gang know that you are subscribed to the channel. That's it. Now, baby, if you want to watch this with your basic boring homegirl, you gonna have to get you some of the love gang, okay? One of y'all cousins had to mix and master this for me because the baby had done sent me the link for it the first time. Was like, watch this story. Baby, I don't have no TikTok like that, okay? And then I'm not finna sit here and like keep clicking back and forth and trying to figure and find nothing out. Baby, she went back and clipped it again and she went back, clipped it, and sent the shit to me so that the motherfucker was cohesive and in order. So all I had to do was download. Now I was scared of that. Don't do that no more. Okay? It was the fact that you was so goddamn adamant about me posting this damn video. So this gonna close out tonight. You understand? This last time you're gonna see this shirt. This the end of it. Okay? So, cause this video 35 minutes long. 35 minutes long. Y'all know how I feel about doing video 35 minutes long. Okay? But if I can sit still through a balloon pop challenge, I was told that I need to see this given the situation that I am currently in right now. I can kind of make out what we're looking at by the little titles on here that I was able to see, child. So, okay, you get it. All right? So, I'm going to make sure we recording like we always do, child. And shout out again to the love gang. Hold on. Bow. Okay, I think I can't control it from my headphones for this. Okay, go. Okay, go. No. That's Mersey. My husband and his mistress caught in ATL airport. Okay, we ain't able to do that music,
hey,
baby.
Y'all. Well, it's story time in regards to that video I posted this morning of my husband and his mistress at the Atlanta.
Shout out to the motherfucking love gang.
So,
let me see if let me pause it.
Let me just preface this by saying, I'm a nice person. I'm a sweet person.
No, I guess not.
I'll do anything for my family and my friends.
But I will take all your motherfucking money. That's exactly what she looked like. Some people just look like money.
Don't bother anyone to do any of that. But when people play in my face and plot and plan and do foul stuff.
Okay, baby, I'm not gonna try and keep because this video long. Okay, so I think the way the TikToks go, they be segmented. I don't know how long the segments be. Okay, so I'm gonna let her cook and then we're gonna deliberate at the end of each one. How that sound? Okay, y'all know I'm still gonna probably talk while she talking, but you know you get it. No,
I'm not so nice.
Okay,
and that's how most of us are. So
I know that's right.
Let me start by saying on October 29th of 2022, my husband was scheduled to come home from a trip from Europe. He told me he had been over there working, and he worked a lot.
I was your lover and your secretary.
I thought he was working anyway.
Working every day of the week.
Speaking engagement in Europe. So I wanted to make sure that I had dinner and everything ready for him by the time he got home. So I called the airline. So I knew the flight number.
I'm a cook.
And I was driving, so I couldn't
wash
type in my computer, because usually if you just type the flight number in, it'll just pop up what time the flight's going to land. So I had to call the airline that day. And when I asked the flight attendant, or not the flight attendant, I'm sorry, but the the representative, what time that flight came in, he asked for my husband's name. And I was like, you don't need his name. I was like, just give me the flight information. If I typed it in,
baby, you should have learned from Boomerang.
You don't need his name. So he was adamant about
you ain't learned from Boomerang.
So
don't call about that plane.
I gave him the name. He comes back a few minutes later and he says, Mr. Such and Such and Miss what's her name landed 20 minutes ago. So I'm in shock because I've been married 25, 26 years, and I'm thinking I'm just married to this outstanding, upstanding citizen. So I said, no.
Baby, she said them people told her that her husband had landed with so-and-so. And so-and-so was at home calling to see had her husband's flight landed or when it landed so she can prepare a meal for him. I'ma cook and clean and wash everything. Baby, it don't matter what you do. They can be broke or have motherfucking money. This one, I can look at her and tell he got a couple dollars. He looked kind of sugar daddy-ish in the beginning when it played originally. Go ahead, girl.
Just his name. I don't know who that other person is, but just his name. And the guy states again.
What they telling you on the itinerary?
Mr. Such and Such and Miss what's her name just landed.
They telling you who on the itinerary?
Like 20 minutes ago. So I'm sitting in the Kroger parking lot like what does this mean? I'm in a state of shock actually. So my head is spinning by this time. My blood pressure's going up. And I'm like, what does this mean?
I bet.
So I'm like, okay. So right after that, my husband calls. And I was trying to hold it in and trying to hold what I was feeling in. So I was like, I'm not going to say anything right now.
Hardest thing ever, bitch.
I'm going to wait till he gets to the house.
Because I know what I know.
I missed you. It's been a long, long week. This is the hardest money I ever earned. But I wish you could have gone with me. And I was like, okay, well, you can
hardest
tell me about
money you ever fucking earned.
So, okay, stand by, y'all, for the rest. So, okay. So when he comes home, I greet him at the door.
At the bottom it say part 2.
Give him a hug and a kiss.
And it's part 3. Okay, I don't know.
He's unpacking.
It got to be part 2 if that's what she put.
And he was like, I didn't take any pictures. I was running around working and we were just so busy.
You ain't took no pictures.
Just going to and fro.
Niggas don't go out of town and don't take pictures.
So we go to have dinner. I was like, hey, I called the airlines to see what time your flight was getting in. And I said, they told me there was someone else on your itinerary. And I tell him the person's name. And he was like, who was that? And I was like, I don't know. You tell me. He was like, I don't know who that is. And he was like, He said, they must have made a mistake. So I was like, well, okay. So I went along with it, but something about it, my spirit just was not feeling right. So I was like, something about this is just not right. So that night when we go to bed, he's sleeping over there just snoring. I'm over there tossing and turning because I was like, something about this just does not feel right. So
don't feel right.
Something tells me in the morning when you get up, go check your credit card bills that are on the counter. So the credit card bills are all stacked up out on our kitchen counter, and I don't open them because I don't pay the bill.
Not on the bill.
It's American Express bill.
I told you he looked like a sugar daddy.
I got none on it, so no need for me to open them. But that was my account.
I ain't got
him to it years ago. And
I ain't got not a dime on it.
Open the bill and pay it. And there was sometimes I would open
he got money.
I would just look at my portion of it.
Because she said American Express.
So that morning when I get up, I go to church, and he tells me that he had to leave because he had to catch up on work and all that kind of stuff.
Nigga, let me tell you something about hold on.
So I was like, okay. So I go to church.
Hold on, sis. Oh no, Lord. Oh no, I done did the whole thing. Fuck it, I'll fix it. Child. Let me explain something to you, okay? A lot of places don't like to take Amex. Okay, I think American Express and Amex is 2 different things. I don't know, but they sound the same. I'm gonna tell you why though. Bitch, because a lot of them times you can run up a bill and call and tell them people you didn't like your experience and they will reverse the charge. You're welcome. Now I got to find where the fuck we was just at. Oh my Lord, jeez. Yeah, I ain't
So
gonna be
that
pausing this
day,
too much.
after,
Oh Lord, no, part 6. God damn.
I don't have to lie anymore.
Well, it is.
So by this time, I'm like,
it is long. Hold on.
So
I'm
I called his boy's house because he told me he was going to
I'm on muted. I'm unmuted to where we was at.
So when he comes home, I greet him at the door.
So, okay.
You know, give him a hug and a kiss.
We
and
just
ask him
gonna
about his trip while
rewatch.
he's
Fuck it.
unpacking. And so I'm like, show me.
Yeah,
some
I'm gonna
pictures
talk
of
while
your
she
trip. And he was
talking.
like, oh, I didn't take any pictures. You know, I was running around working, and we were just so busy and on the go. We were just, just going to and fro. So I was like, oh, okay. So we go to have dinner.
I ain't that
was
busy.
like, hey, I called the airlines to see what
Did
time
he
your
call
flight
you while he
getting
was
in. And
out
I said,
there?
They told me there was someone else on your itinerary. And I tell him the person's name, and he was like, who was that? And
I
was
said
like,
that they reading you who on that itinerary.
He was like, oh, I don't know who that is. And he was like, He said, they must have made a mistake. So I was like, well, okay. Like, so I went along with it, but something about it, my spirit just was not feeling right. So I was like, something about this is just not right. So that night when we go to bed, he's sleeping over there just a snoring. I'm over there tossing and turning because I was like,
they sleep comfortably,
this
child.
just does not feel right. So something tells me in the morning when you get up, go check your credit card bills that are on the counter. So the credit card bills are all stacked up out on our kitchen counter, and I don't open them because I don't pay the bill. I mean, it's American Express bill each month. They pay high. So I was like, I ain't got none on it, so no need for me to open them. But that was my account, and I added him to it years ago, and I just let him open it, open the bill. And pay
her
it.
account.
Sometimes I would open it, but most times I would just let
her account in her name.
Moving. So that morning when I get up, I go to church, and he tells me that he
Lord
had to,
Jesus, I want to pause it so bad.
He had to catch up on work and all that kind of stuff later on in the day. So I was like, okay. So I go to church, and when I come back from church, I get ready to go to the Falcon game. But
the Lord will give you
one
signs,
of those credit card bills before you go.
And sometimes them hoes got to hurt.
The woman that
because you're not listening. You're not listening.
That was on his itinerary. Her name was up and down my credit card bill.
Your credit card bill.
Here, flights there, flights to Paris, Delta vacations, a country here, an island there.
He bold enough to put her name on shit.
I'm sitting there like, what?
Nigga, she putting that sunshine pussy on him.
The world.
Yeah, she putting cat on that
time,
man.
Y'all, I'm steaming, and I got to go to this Falcon game with my girl.
Cause she look young as hell.
Like I'm having a good time, but the whole time
compared to him,
racing. So I was like,
and
okay. So money. I come home that night. I stack up all those bills. I got bills for like 8 months worth of bills. Actually, that was October, so 10 months. I pulled from December of 21 to October of 22. And when I tell you, it was very telling. This woman's name was on every one of my bills for each of those months, several times. So while I thought he was out,
and if he would have ever left her with fucking debt, you'd have been paying for this lady shit.
Oh, he had a travel mate, all right. He had one. Stand by for part 3.
That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up.
So I go through all these credit card bills, finds this girl's name for months on my credit card bills for the last 10 months specifically.
He ain't want to lose no money by getting rid of that woman.
Time I reach out,
it's cheaper to keep her. That's so fucked up.
No answer, no text back. So I call his boy's house because he told me he was going to his boy's house to watch football. No answer from him. So I text him.
Yeah, he watching the football.
Hey, is he with you? No answer back. Then all of a sudden, here come my phone ringing. It's my husband. Like, oh, I ran out to get something to eat. Like, what's up? And I was like, oh, you know what's up. I said, and I started repeating the girl's name. And he was like, why you keep saying that name? And I was like, I kept saying the name. So
that's
he
so
was like,
stupid
well, I don't
to take
understand
somebody through all of that.
Like,
just
oh, yeah.
leave.
I said, your gig is up. I was like, you nasty motherfucker. I was like, your gig is up. So he was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm on my way home.
She did it with the hard ER.
I was like, bring your ass on home.
Fucker.
I was like, come home. Because by this time, I'm furious. So I hang up the phone. I'm just like livid, y'all. I promise you. I think my blood pressure was on like 1,000 that day. So he comes in, and he come in like all Billy Bad, like, why you keep mentioning that name? And I was like, you tell me why I keep mentioning that name. So I was like, I'm going to ask you this. I said, I'm going to ask you one time. I said, no, I know the truth. I was like, was such and such on this flight with you?
Yeah, I feel like she get nasty.
I don't know why you keep mentioning that name.
She got eyebrows like she used to cut up before she started going to church.
And no,
there you go.
The truth. Don't lie to me.
Yeah.
And it was like this mask fell off of him. And he sat down
he relieved
in his chair.
He relieved.
He was like, yeah, she was with me. And I was like, okay. I said, so that's your girlfriend? He was like, yeah. I said, well, how long you been with her?
Balls.
He said a couple of years.
Balls of steel now.
And I was like, okay. So by this time, I can't hold it together. I mean, I think all I remember doing, I remember crying. And I had a really, really bad headache. And all he said to me was, and this was what he says was really kind of like cut me. He was like he was relieved. He was like, at least I ain't got to lie no more. I'm sorry I hurt you, but at least I don't have to lie anymore. So by this time, I'm like,
you dirty motherfucker.
So I'm screaming.
It's shit like
yelling.
that'll get your face
upstairs,
blown through a pillow.
Down, goes back up, because I was like, everything's fine, everything's fine. But my head is like hurting like really, really bad.
I'm gonna use my goddamn finger because goddamn it, I got to do it. If you are unhappy, just go head on. Yeah, this lady gonna try and take you for a couple dollars, but if you just tell her you unhappy or some shit like that, you've been with this other woman for years, taking care of this lady. What, God forbid, if anything would have happened to you, you would have left your wife, the person that you claim to love, and you lay next to when you got time to, in fucking debt, paying for this lady's lifestyle. You taking this lady on trips. You going on trips with this lady. And you done got so comfortable to it, you done got sloppy. You done stopped giving a fuck so much, so you done got sloppy. And a woman's intuition is everything. When you just know, you know. And the fucked up part about them signs is it be little breadcrumbs. You can even ask God, Lord, please show me. And he'll show you shit that you just do not like. You're not comfortable with this. And you won't say nothing because it keeps peace in the house. Meanwhile, you're not at fucking peace. So, okay, that ain't enough. Let me give you something a little bit more heavier. Then the shit comes, it comes in different fucking forms of things just being fucking hard. Things just being fucking stressful. Then it comes in different forms of now shit starting to hurt. Like your feelings or your actual body or different shit. Then after a while you just can't stand the sight or the touch of the person no more. Because of shit that's going on. Then boom, now I got to give it to you because you wasn't listening. This man go out of town and he ain't taking no pictures. He don't want to be distracted. You his wife. You're not a distraction. You know how to let that man work. Is he talking to you when he go on these trips? But it's cheaper to keep you can look at her. She look like money. She look like she smell good. So hell no. I'm not gonna let nobody fuck up my goddamn coin at all. Bitch, if I can keep this shit a secret, I'm gonna keep this shit a secret. But to look relieved in my face, that's how people end up on Snapped. For you to, as if 9 times out of 10, I didn't want to be let out of this shit either. I may not have been happy either. We may have been able to come to a happy medium. Sometimes the motherfucker that you unhappy with is just as unhappy with you because you are showing them that you are unhappy with them. Your actions, your cadence, everything you do shows that you are unhappy with this person. What makes you think sometimes that it ain't vice versa? Nigga, I don't really like your ass either. We gonna fix it or nah? I'm kind of okay with either way, really. Leaning towards more than nah. Quite frankly.
Guys, so I come back to my bathroom to try to get some medicine. So I was like, let me take my blood pressure. Blood pressure was like 190 over 110 or some crazy shit like that. So I was like, I gotta get to a hospital. So stand by. So by this time, my head is banging. I know I need to go to the hospital. I know something is wrong. So of course I'm crying, I'm hysterical, trying to put my clothes on. He's trying to touch me and pet me up like, oh, I'm just so sorry that I made you feel this way.
Don't fucking touch me.
Yeah, didn't really have any compassion.
Do not touch me.
Any of that kind of stuff. So
I hate for a motherfucker that know they done hurt your feelings to want to come console you. You are the problem.
I said, I'll take my chances. I drive
the problem is you.
I get there, blood pressure is off the charts to the point they're like, ma'am, you're about to have a stroke. You got to calm down. And I really couldn't even talk. So they were like, you got to calm down. So they call my doctor. We get the medicine. They try to get it under control. So I'm there for a couple of hours.
That's ridiculous.
So I come home and he's sitting on the couch eating Cheetos like ain't shit happened, right? And he comes in like,
because you just don't give a fuck.
And I was like, they said, they got my pressure.
I wouldn't have told him shit.
Kind of down because it went all the way down. It's like, go see a doctor.
I wouldn't have told him shit.
So that night, I could not sleep. I cried all night long to the point when I got up that morning, I really couldn't even see. My eyes were so swollen. So I'm tore up, right? So I go out later that morning.
You crying and he comfortable somewhere else in the house.
I slept in another bedroom. He's around here like, you know,
listening
like,
to you sob.
Like, you know, he having a good day and shit. Like, you know, his burden is light.
Shit, everything's out.
But his is light. So
peace be still.
I come up and then he's out in our family room and I was like, look, I said, I don't know, and I'm still.
It's only a matter of time before you look up and she at the house.
What happened last night? And I was like, I don't know what I've done wrong, because by this time I'm blaming myself. I was like, you know, I know I'm getting older, you know, but I try to keep myself up,
questioning how you look,
look nice.
And looking at his old decrepit ass, you look damn good standing next to him. I don't even know
what I could have done or what I can do. So I'm taking the blame. And he was like,
you called checking on his flight to feed his ass.
But I'm like, no, like it's got to be me. He was like,
it's not me, but you're doing it to me.
You know, you've been a really good wife. So I was like, well, I'll tell you what. I was like, I'm confused here. I say, so what we need to do, I was like, I think we need to sell the house. Let's move away.
I don't know how I done expand the screen, but shit, she ain't doing nothing but talking no way. Shout out to you for sending me this. The fact that you can walk around and your burden be light, and when I come back in from the hospital where you did not come to the waiting area or anything, being that you know that we are still upset, but we are still married, and I know you love me. To come back to that house and you eating Cheetos would have sent me. I would have immediately packed my shit with nowhere to go. I just know whatever this is, I don't want this. I don't want no part of this. I don't need this, and I will figure everything the fuck out. But I know damn well happiness has to be somewhere else other than here. This I'm not going to fucking deal with at all. But the main thing and the first thing you do is question you. Well, what did I do wrong? Was I a good wife? Yeah, you a good wife. So you gonna tell me that I'm good, but I'm too good to be somewhere else. Why not let me go be with the motherfucker that's meant for me so you can have what the fuck you got? Or is it because as long as I'm around, that's convenient? Because that credit card goes if I do. You need to pay that bitch off because it will be getting closed. As a matter of fact, you need to pay that bitch off because it will be put in the alimony. Like, this is shit you have to worry about if a motherfucker do got money. If a motherfucker do got coin. If a nigga do got change. This is shit you have to worry about. Like, I'm getting older. You questioning how you look. And this lady is beautiful. And I don't even think she put together right now. I think she just literally grocery store ready. This lady is beautiful. And the first thing that you do is question your motherfucking self. You're going to tell me how great of a person that I am, but I'm the great soul that you did this shit to. You did that shit to a good person. And you're walking around here comfortable and okay. As long as I'm all right with it. And you believe I'm all right with it because you provide a lifestyle, so I should just shut the fuck up and be okay. It's people for that. She don't even look like she's a person for that.
Try to start over. You go to counseling, I go to counseling, we do some counseling, and we start over. So he was kind of like real smug with it, like, well, if that's what you want, like, yeah, we can do that. So I was like,
if that's what you want,
her?
I'm fighting by myself.
Seeing her.
If that's what you want, oh, because you don't.
Seconds, and kind of tilted his head to the side. He was like, I ain't gonna tell you I'm gonna stop seeing her. And I was like, then you want a divorce? He was
now
like,
you ready to be brutally honest?
I don't want a divorce. He was like, I ain't gonna let nobody fuck up my money. And
what the fuck did I say?
Away.
What the fuck did I say? It's cheaper to keep her.
Y'all, when he hit me with the, I don't want a divorce, but I'm gonna
it's cheaper to keep her.
Because I ain't gonna let nobody fuck up my money. Let me tell you something. That was definitely the wrong answer and told me everything I needed to know about him.
Him telling you, well, shit, you can't see what the wrong answer is.
So
him telling you if that's what you want to do.
I'm still in a state of confusion. And I remember going to, once I found the girl's name,
I couldn't be confused.
Good old Instagram,
I couldn't be confused. Put it in my face like that. I can't be confused.
I see her. And
I see it.
Really
okay.
down. I'm like,
bet.
oh my God,
you want out.
Like, she's beautiful. You know, he
You want
wants
out.
someone younger. Like, I ain't all that. So I'm just tearing my ass up. So,
That's so fucked
you know,
up.
my girls called later that day. My best friend called that morning and was checking in on me, and I was trying to hide it from her, but I couldn't. So I'm like in a ball of tears, tell her what's happened. She's in a state of shock. And usually she always got something to say, but she was left speechless.
That's so
she
fucked
calls
up.
my other girlfriend. She calls. We all in a state of shock. Everybody's tore to pieces. So that day, after, you know, I tell them what happened.
20-some motherfucking
everybody,
years.
We just call it. We
and
all
you
was
wasting
shocked.
my time.
So the next
wasting
day,
my
I go
time,
and meet them because
man.
I see this girl on Instagram.
She probably would have been good with it. Let her have somebody.
They asked me to come out to lunch, have lunch with them, my two girlfriends. So, because they needed to tell me something. So, and I bring it up. I was like, well, I see her pictures on Instagram. And I was like, she's pretty. And they were like, girl, she ain't all that damn pretty. Like, that's filters and plastic surgery and a whole bunch of other shit. Like, girl, it ain't even all that. And they were like, and kind of, like,
and they got to talk you down because that's how the fuck you feel.
Like, she
and
may be
you
the
should.
younger version of you. So I'm thinking, like, I don't look like her. Like, that girl's, you know, pretty. Like, it's I don't look like that. So,
That's so
in the
fucked
interim,
up.
I was like, well, at least I said they don't have any pictures of themselves up on her Instagram. So they were, my girlfriends was like, that's why we
You can tell she went to
meet
college.
with you. Because they were like, there is a picture out there. So by this time, y'all, I'm devastated. So our food tries to come. We have papados. Food comes. I'm so
Lord.
distraught from
They in the
tears and looking
South.
a hot mess. Couldn't really even eat. And we went into how bad off I was. You know you bad off when you can't do this. We need to pray over our food. I couldn't even put my hands together to pray. I have never had that to happen. I couldn't even pray. I literally put my head down on the table while they were saying a prayer and cried. And basically
That's
they made
so
me
fucked
try
up.
to eat because I
I
really
hate
could
that
not
dark.
eat anything. So
That
it
dark
was
place
just,
is so fucked up.
It was just a complete mess. So when I get home, my husband, he was actually gone. I think he was gone, but, you know, he claimed he had a trip or something. And then he tells me when he did come home.
I feel like she feel like time has been wasted.
We need a little break. So he was like, you need a break.
I wonder
so
was she forced to love her husband because he had money.
Like, I need to think about some things. He was like, yeah, you need a break so you can think about
Because he looked hella old compared to her.
So, yeah.
She need to think about some things. What done happened, friend?
He tells me he needs to go away for 3 to 6 months for me to think about some things and to think some things over.
3 to 6 months.
I was like,
you're moving.
I need to think some things over. I was like, I don't need to think about anything. He was like,
yeah. I'd have put down that motherfucker abandoned that marriage.
Some things. So I'm like, okay. And this is a straw that broke the camel's back when he said this. And when I knew that this man actually had no love for me and that he had been planning and plotting for a long time. He was like, yeah, and if you find somebody in that 3 to 6 month time frame, I'll understand. Now, who tell they spouse that?
Yeah, go ahead and leave so that way I ain't got to give your ass no alimony.
Not if everybody normally.
Yeah, no, I need you to go sleep with somebody else.
So I knew then, I was like, I don't have but one other option. Divorce is the only option for me. And I tell you, I prayed about it, asked God about it.
I can't do it.
I tell you, he was sending me signs. If you listen, he will send you signs. And he sent me sign after sign after sign, y'all. So I filed for divorce.
Until it got hurt.
Each day I've gotten stronger. And
he's mine. I want to keep him.
I don't know what he thought.
He's mine.
What kind of person I was. But because he knew how I felt about infidelity.
Why can't I fix him?
And I always used to tell him, you know, hey, if something ever happens, tell me on the front end. Because I'm going to hurt one way or the other. On the front end or on the back end. Just let me know. But don't
let me figure it out. So don't let me find it out. Don't play in my face, so I was man.
Like, okay. And from this girl that
don't play in my fucking
video,
face.
Yeah, she knew about me. He would have her at restaurants, hotels, games, had other women serving.
Just okay. I'm such a good wife, but I'm who you willing to do this to.
That is humiliating, y'all. So, you know
that's
what?
Fuck.
I was like, if you
scanning and grinning in your fucking face,
I'm gonna let you taste it back. So, to the airport video. Yeah, I was shocked.
And in all honesty, it ain't even too much shit you can give him for the time wasted. You've wasted my time.
It's Atlanta, and hey, it's a small town. So, it's a big town, but it's a small town too.
Atlanta.
So, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try my best to be classy and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes that just don't work. Because when you go in a gutter, when people go gutter with you, and I have to apologize to Michelle Obama. Girl, when you said that, when they go low, we go high.
She finna say something hick as fuck.
Because when they go low, I go lower. I go gutter. I'm going gutter. I'm going to swim down with the rats with your ass. So I was like, okay.
I knew it.
So she knew, and she
Rats
was on
with your
Instagram sending all
ass.
her little subliminal messages and all of that. Like, yeah, okay. I got you.
That's so
girl. But
embarrassing.
y'all, when all this is over, I got a little story to tell
But
about
there's
her
really no
and
get
the
back
rest
for
of her
that.
story, too.
Bitch, I
Her
lost
stories. Actually,
20
her
some
stories are
odd
my
years.
story to tell. So I'll share more with you all, but let me tell you something as a cautionary tale. If you all want to move on, just say you want to move on, y'all. Because if you fuck around,
That's
you
it.
definitely
That's
gonna find
it.
out. And just like him, my husband got the 1 and the 2. Hey y'all, after I posted that video of my
took the bonnet
husband's
off.
mistress
I
in
mean,
the
not the
Atlanta
bonnet, the
airport,
scully.
and I decided to share my story with you all. When I say that you all have shown an outpouring of
She
love,
is so pretty.
support, kind words, prayers.
Yeah, no,
just
she
everything.
money. She
I just wanna
papered
say
up.
how grateful I am, because that was very hard for me, and it's still hard for me. This is a journey that I wouldn't wish on anyone.
Yeah.
This kind of betrayal and the lies and the deception. No one
That
deserves
shit don't
that,
feel
you know,
good.
And
then
reading
that
some of
many
you all's
years of
stories,
programming.
It makes me sad.
That
to know
many
that
years
so
of
many people are still
programming.
going through that
Unless she
same
had a
thing,
nigga waiting in line
and it's
for
not
her.
even about, it's going.
That many
everybody's
years
going
of
through it.
programming,
Black,
it's
white,
hard. That shit is
it
tough.
has no color line, and men are going through it too with women who are doing the same thing. But I'm hoping that this will help someone know that they can share their story and not live in shame.
Now, what's happening with our mouth?
Thinking they can't say anything and to protect the other person. Those days are gone, y'all. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting me and loving on me during this time. So this is a love that I didn't even know I
just going on about your business.
So and
you are not being held here by chain. Trust me.
In your Air Force Ones.
A motherfucker that love you for real can feel your unhappiness. I can feel that you're unhappy. I can feel it.
Transparent when I ran up on them in the airport.
I can feel another person on you. I can feel that. I can feel I'm missing from a space. I fuck with you for real.
I'm older now and I can't fight. I really cannot fight, and I didn't want her to whip my ass.
I know that's right, because I'm money.
I'm not doing that. So
that lady papered up.
We're gonna fight with our tongues and fight with the legal system. And since I'm still going through this process, according to my trusted counsel, Rachel St. Fleur and Melanie Fenwick Thompson,
I know that's right.
I gotta
Shameless
start
plug.
thinking smarter, guys. So I couldn't go off and do that. So I want to advise you guys too. Like sometimes we have to restrain. We do have to use self-restraint, guys. So I do appreciate you all. And to my super sleuth, when I tell you, y'all are better than the FBI,
the internet be on it.
Scooby-Doo, Perry Mason, y'all are on it. But yeah, we can lean back on some of that now. We'll get it handled, guys. But thank you for your support.
Go on, calm down. We in court.
And for you all who
relax.
stayed,
We're taking it to court.
And
chill out.
As soon as I got more information,
we're gonna go to court.
After I initially found out on October 29th of 2022. There was so much more that came out between that time and when I filed, but I can't share that with you all right now because it is actually, this story gets crazier and crazier. But can't share that with you all right now, but I will at some point, and I just hope that it helps someone else know that you're not going crazy. You're not alone with the gaslighting and people making you feel like, you're a less than. You're not. So, and for me, for those who want to stay, that is your prerogative. I'll support you, but I'm not one of those you, me, and she kind of girls. There's not going to be no Eve and the Rough Riders on that one. No, it's either you or me. I value the institution of marriage. I made a commitment to God. I made a commitment to him, and he just didn't stand up on his end. So
he didn't stand up on his end of the
bargain. It is what it is, guys. But I thank you all so much, and you'll be hearing from me soon. Hope y'all have a good one. Peace.
That ain't what you signed up to do. That ain't what you told me you was gonna do.
Detailed video stated that today was my 28th wedding anniversary, and I was giving some details about how I met my husband. And I told you all earlier that, we're going through this process right now. I can't share too much of it, but I would share everything once we kind of get through.
Nigga, she said we're going through this process. They going through a divorce because he got money.
So I ain't nobody's victim, and I ain't having nobody's pity party.
But I believe she paid for this work too.
Post, was about me seeing him and her for the first time in the airport. I admitted that I was shocked. I was. And the video was only about 7 seconds where I said, have a good flight. I think I said, hey, Harold, have a good flight. And I walked on off.
Harold.
And I turned the video off after that. And then I said something like, you know, that's his mistress. He's my husband. I'm the wife. And I went on back to where I was sitting in the Sky Club. Didn't say anything else. So I guess she's.
I know that's right, Sky Club.
About when we got to the gateway to get on the plane. Yeah, I said some things to him, but he's my husband, so I can say whatever I want to say to him. And it's just like kicking any trash can. You kick it, and the trash may get over on you too.
Going
so
through you going through a process, baby.
But that is.
Call that man Harold.
You know, when you do this kind of stuff. And well, it wasn't too much I could do anyway because I had filed for divorce the year earlier. I filed for divorce in December of 22. So wasn't anything I really could do, guys, but other than doing what I did do. And then I kept it moving. But let me tell you something. Me and this girl are not the same person. When she met my husband, she knew he was married. She actually encouraged him to leave me. She was doing really disrespectful shit. She came to my Spelman Morehouse homecoming and sat under my tent and saw me sitting right there beside him and knew he was
baby,
married. We were having a good time. There was no animosity.
That lady said she, hold
so
on.
As far as I'm concerned, she came around my family uninvited. Or actually, he might have invited her, but she knew what the deal was. You know,
bitch, that lady said sat up under my tent. That's when they come to charity events and they have to pay money for them tents. That lady papered up. When she said going through this process, they going through a divorce process. That's a proceeding that they going through, bitch. They going through a process. Money. So this man, uber fucking disrespectful. You've invited this bitch to her alma mater. You've invited this bitch to different places where your wife is present because you got a kick out of knowing that these two women belong to you. That has got to be the most sickest, vile fucking thing in the world. Who didn't love you enough? I hate to sound so cliche, but like, where was your absence of love at? To the point to where you willing to tell somebody that they're a good person and know that they're a good person and know you abusing it like that because she would never be okay with this, or else you would have told her in the beginning. Yeah.
She had the nerve to
these niggas
post
with this
that
Kevin Samuels way of life
Sunshine
is
from
crazy.
Harlem Nights.
Big.
The day that I found out everything. Yeah, because I went on one of her pictures and kind of said a few things. And then she posted that video just kind of trying to taunt me. So I'm like, so you're going to taunt me and gloat after I find out that you've been with my husband. So
get off.
You know, I'm like, okay. So like I said, I don't owe anyone an explanation, but I'm keeping it 100. So
yeah, the girl
I ain't
young.
judging him.
Because you gloating about taking a rich nigga. What you think gonna happen when you start to age like she did?
And this is not about her.
If he even lived that long.
And his lies, his deception, and all of that.
And if he don't live before this proceeding is over, that's still his wife.
Talking about his karma and all that. It could be, but it is what it is. So, I mean, I got to live with it, you know. I'm going to be accountable for 100% of all my shit. So, but I'll say before you all start throwing stones and want to judge somebody, you know, you need to hear the whole story. So, you know, every woman he's ever been with has been deceived and lied to. But I'll give you the story about how he and I met and what the situation was. Stand by.
Come on with that, girl. Tell me what's going on. Oh, I was trying to say, what's she doing here?
The start of my relationship with my husband, and I'm going to be done. And you can say what you want to say, do what you want to do. I mean,
girl, this video damn near 10 minutes long. You a lie.
But when I was introduced to him, I was told he was not married. Only to find out later that he was. So I told him then that I did not deal with married men and that I didn't want to do anything to some other woman that I didn't want done to me. And I meant that, and I still hold to that. So, of course, he gave me the standard, you know, we've been having problems and all that kind of stuff. And whenever I would talk to him, I would tell him.
A song as old as time.
But I would knock it right
down. That woman's so bad to me. She just do me so wrong. She don't talk to me right. She don't cook for me. She don't fuck me. She don't love. Oh my God, she just so horrible.
And I thought he thought that was the oddest thing, but that's what I would do. I would encourage him because I didn't like him like that, and I was like, "You married, so
pillow talking to another bitch." about don't never say what part you play in none of it.
What if I was divorced? Because she and I had
this lady just know that you are literally being held captive.
I can't even think about that
in a horrible marriage
doing any of that
with a happy woman because she got a damn good man. She just ain't an ancient woman.
He's going to divorce her. He started
vile
process, and that he wanted me to be his girl and all that kind of stuff. Actually gave me some diamond earrings to let me know. He was like, this is to let you know that I'm super duper serious about this thing. So
you got money.
I was like, well, okay then, because during this whole time, we had no intimate relationship or any of that for like 3 months. Because actually, I was calling him Al Bundy, and he didn't even know why I was calling him that. Because he was like, why you always call me Al Bundy? And I was like, because you married with children, and I don't mess with Al Bundys or whatever, right? So once he started his divorce proceedings, he asked me would I date him. So I did. So there may be some fault there where I started dating him before his actual divorce was final, but I made sure that he had filed divorce because that's what he told me. So we did take a trip to the Essence Music Festival the first year, and a phone call came in, and I'm assuming that it was his wife, but the way he responded to the call let me know that, basically something was up and that he probably had lied to me. So when we get off the phone, I was like, I thought you filed for divorce. Like, why was that conversation going that way? He didn't really have too much to say. But he was like, well, no, I talked about it, but I was going to file. I'm still doing some reach out. I'm filing when I get back.
I was going to file.
So, of course, I was furious.
He started off lying to you.
Tell a lie like that. The only reason I came on this trip was because you told me you had filed and all that kind of
Foundation was built on a lie.
With them, and that I didn't have anything to do with that. Because he told me in the beginning, like, no, she and I having issues. And if I file for divorce, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. So I was like, well, okay then. So, like I said, I wasn't attracted to him at first. But he was a really nice guy. Really nice guy.
I knew it.
Professional guy.
She had to learn to love her husband.
Kind of stuff. But
I knew it.
I was working. I was a single mom doing my
own thing. Because, nigga, if you can't go to Papa Do's and enjoy no food, I might cry while I'm eating, but you can't even pray to the good Lord. I done wasted so much time on you.
For divorce. And I think from the time I met him to the time he divorced was like a 10-month span.
I learned to love him because he had money.
I didn't say anything to him.
Because I wasn't even attracted to him.
I was not attracted to him, and that is for real. If you see the picture of him before, you'll know why. But he was a nice guy, so I'm just saying. I'll say that, maybe me dating him before the divorce was final was wrong. And I'll take accountability for that, but I can't go back, 30 years now and correct that. I'm just trying to move forward and do what's right.
Insane. But, to waste 3 decades of somebody's life.
Paint this narrative like, oh, she was doing the same thing. Not the same thing at all. Because my whole time I was encouraging him to stay with his people. She did not. I have the text messages between them from the day they met to, all the things that he was telling her, the things she was telling him, and telling him that she didn't have anything and that she left her family just to close on her back, and just this little sob story for him. So I guess he went with it. But like I said, this was originally about me posting.
And you done sat up and pillow talk to this bitch about your wife and how horrible she is.
I ain't gonna judge him. Like I said, I'm not, but it ain't like I willfully went out and decided like I'm gonna go and destroy his family. It was nothing like that. So a lot of us were deceived. A whole bunch of us were deceived. So that is what he has done. That's what he continues to do. So, I'm gonna let it be what it is, and it
ain't gonna stop with you.
Get further down the road in this process, I can share some things. I don't know how to share the receipts on here. I thought you could only do videos. So anybody that knows how you can post pictures and all of that of the text messages, I'll show you that I ain't got no lie to tell. And the whole time, I never talked to my husband's former wife. Only conversation we ever had was when she would bring the kids over and stuff like that, but she never said anything to me about me being the cause.
And you don't be wanting to ask no questions because I'm different.
And I was breaking up. She told someone that she was like, oh, she finally found out after
I'm different.
Years. Like she finally found out who he really is. Because I think I mentioned in the earlier video.
And then they do little shit to keep you away from the exes. Don't want y'all to mingle and shit
with him. And he thought it was because she was depressed and, had some postpartum and all of that. Turns out, word got back to me. She was like, I wasn't depressed or I didn't have postpartum either. It was because I was tired of being in the doctor's office because he kept giving me stuff. So, I'm going to just leave it there, guys. And like I said, once all this is over, I'll come back and give you plenty of details. So old girl can keep telling all the stories she want, but, they hanging, they doing their thing. I just got a message from a woman this morning who saw them out in Dallas last night at True Lux. and said that, you know,
Hey, but
old
I
girl
can't
got
stand
pregnant
that
by
about
her husband some years
subscribers.
ago while she lived in California.
I completely understand you attempting to relate to me, but have some form of compassion in your thought process. I don't need you to tell me where the fuck you see my ex-husband traveling with his new bitch. I don't give a fuck to know where you seen them at. I don't care. Was I there? Was I in attendance? No, not my business. I hate that people feel the need to bring shit back to you like that. And this is an older woman. So I can only imagine older women are watching her. You lonely bitch. Why in the fuck is that something that you would even say to this lady? Let that lady live. She's telling her story online just to let you know the story because she feels like telling the fucking story. She's not asking for this man's whereabouts. You clearly just heard her say in another fucking video that she was shocked to see him and the girl together. So to go ahead on and add salt to the wound, oh, let me send her a video of them together because that's befitting. Read the fucking room. That shit is ridiculous. People are aggravating.
So she was like, she's all about
people are aggravating as fuck. That's so dumb.
She is. And I'm telling you, y'all, yeah, I've lived a privileged life, but I've earned everything I've got here in this household. When he was sick, when he was doing all his other stuff, when he had to get shit wiped off of him, she wasn't here. I was wiping shit, cleaning up vomit, and all the things that a wife would do. So for that,
she mad. I'm telling people you doodled on yourself, motherfucker.
So
yeah,
like I said,
tell your bitch that you used to boo boo on yourself. I had to clean you. You didn't want to be with that bitch while you had a shitty ass.
I was just sharing and hoping that
you didn't want to be with that bitch while you had on diapers because she was still in them.
Not be embarrassed to stand up on your own, you know, but. It is what it is.
Yeah, that embarrassment. Baby, that embarrassment something terrible. That embarrassment something terrible.
Hey y'all, this is my last video for today. No one likes being called a liar, and particularly me. So I have not lied to you all. I have no reason to deceive you. Like I said, I didn't know the situation, the whole situation with he and his former wife, but I'm sure
now you gotta get on here and explain to the other people.
But she never let me know that, and I only could go by the stories that he was telling me about.
And TikTok wasn't out then. Shut the fuck up.
They did because based on her.
Everybody think they can tell you your life, bitch. You ain't even gone through yours yet. Shut up.
Honestly, to me, everybody who knew me back then and knew us. During that time, they knew the story. He would tell them how hard I was. He was like, she was the meanest girl I've ever met. Because he was like, for the first 3 months, you couldn't
I gotta be hard on a nigga.
And he tells that story, and I'm sure it's on video from one of my birthday parties. So he knew who I was and how I was from the very beginning. So all this narrative they're trying to paint now, like,
and the very thing that they look,
like
God damn it, hold on.
And I do have folks who will say,
the very thing that them motherfuckers love about you, they'll use it against you later. Oh, I love your attitude. I love that you don't take no shit. I love that you require shit of me. Then you have too many requirements and expectations, and I just can't fucking meet them. Check.
That's exactly how it was. She told us she was not attracted to him, and not just because he was overweight. It just wasn't attracted to him, period. You know, and he had a great job and all that. I was not attracted to him, and that didn't faze me because I was like, I just was not. And as I got to know him, I was like, okay,
he had a great job.
So I didn't use his size and the way he looked or anything like that against him. So I just felt he was a really sweet guy.
Yeah, she had to learn to love him.
Y'all also ought to know that old girl is lying.
And he had money. That didn't make it half bad.
Can't nobody just walk up in the Delta Sky Club. Can't nobody just walk up on a plane, you know? So
right, I'm somebody, bitch.
Bullshit she putting out there. And she also told you all about the Europe thing. Remember I was telling y'all the story about when the day I found out everything that he was coming from a business trip. It actually wasn't a business trip. It was him coming back from her birthday trip from Europe. I think they went to Paris,
ain't that a bitch?
Amsterdam, Tuscany, and somewhere else. But he told me that he was on a business trip.
So you treating
and
bitches.
I have all the text messages.
Boy, them niggas will get comfortable and get the tricking.
Shit on here is the pictures. Cause I got
nigga can't even do shit for your wife. Send your wife to a spa day.
And how she encouraged him to leave.
Take care of home first. The blow is a lot lighter.
Anything that I think I don't need for court, I'll post it because I don't have any reason to lie. So I'm just letting y'all know. You know, so if I owe anybody an apology, it might be his former wife, but that was, I don't mind, giving her an apology, but that was based on the lies that he told me. I'm not saying that he has not told this girl the same lies, but I'm going to be accountable for my stuff. She not trying to be accountable for
if he been with that girl for years, he ain't told her shit. She ain't asking. Like I said,
this is the last one, but I want to be clear with y'all. If y'all got any questions for me, hit me up in my my mailbox if I can.
Shit, nigga, look at that man, and look at her. Look at that man and look at her. Yeah, it ain't nothing but he lost that fucking weight and she aged to him. Look at her. She's a goddamn trophy to him. Oh, there go the text messages. Charles Harold. Look at that. That man making money. I ain't finna pause it to read all these text messages. You can do that on your own, goddamn it. I don't care to know what the fuck they say. The nigga dead ass wrong. And that shit didn't make no fucking sense. You had enough money to just go ahead on and get the fuck out of it. You taking care of this bitch. Just go ahead on, leave me alone. But when you have to learn to love somebody all that time you feel like you done fucking wasted, that shit hurtful as fuck, bro. That shit hurtful as fuck. Is that it? Is that the end of it? Are we at the end? Have we exhausted all of it? Okay. Child, that's the end of it. All right. Well, we done for the night, bitch. All right. So by the time y'all see this, it'll be my off day. So don't expect no video tomorrow. All right. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. And until next time. Bye.